What I learned just kind of talking to people who worked in trading is basically you're just a full-time gambler. You're gambling the firm's money. So in the case of Susquehanna, I'm gambling the founder's money and for an expected return. So I thought that was really exciting. I worked at a bunch of different trading firms. I interned at a bunch of different trading firms before I ultimately took a full-time job in trading. And I thought Susquehanna International Group, which by the way is the most amazing company in the world, I highly recommend anybody who loves to gamble, you consider applying there. You literally get to play poker at work because they are huge believers in understanding the math behind gambling. Right? So what I mean by that is trading is very mathematical. It's very data driven. So when I started out at Susquehanna or SIG, they literally don't even let you trade. They don't let you actually trade for like the first year. I mean, they are teaching you all sorts of stuff about the math behind trading, how options work, optimal strategy, right? Like this is a science. I learned that gambling is a science. There's no luck. There's no BS. These firms are printing billions of dollars in profit a year, the top trading firms, the top investment banks, and it is a science, right? Nobody is waking up and just saying, oh, well, I think I'll buy Facebook today. That's not how trading works. It's very mathematical, data-driven. You have to learn a lot about probability, markets, managing risk. So long story short, I started my job at Susquehanna. So I would go to work, and I was working in Philadelphia, so in Pennsylvania is kind of where the firm is. And I would spend my entire day gambling in financial markets, other people's money. I was an options trader. And then I would get home from work and I would play poker. I would go to the casinos, play poker. I'm really good at gambling, or at least better than your average Joe at gambling. I was good in financial markets. I was also good at poker. I'm not good at a lot of things, but gambling is definitely something I'm passionate about, good at, and interested in. I think it's fun. Gambling money and actually making money long-term, that always appealed to me. Long story short, I think it was 2018, sports betting used to be not regulated, illegal in the United States. That was appealed by the Supreme Court. So essentially, kind of like abortion, kind of like marijuana regulation, states could legalize, have sports betting, but it was done on a state-by-state basis. So even to this day, in Texas, there's no FanDuel, there's no DraftKings, there's no regulated sports books. You still have some options if you're in Texas, like sweepstakes books, fantasy sports, but you don't have FanDuel, you don't have DraftKings. So I was living in Pennsylvania, and I think two of the first three states to legalize sports betting were Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And I literally, living in Philly, I lived on the border of Pennsylvania and New Jersey. So all I did with my life, I mean, I had no hobbies, right? I don't really work out. I don't do anything like that. I gambled. I played a lot of poker, and I went to work, and I was a full-time gambler in financial markets as a trader. So when sports betting legalized, I started seeing a ton of ads, for all these sports books that were entering Pennsylvania as well as New Jersey. FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, they all had $1,000 deposit matches, stuff like that. People at work, the other traders I worked with, they were full-time gamblers, so they liked to gamble, and they were really smart. They spent years gambling in complex financial markets, trading things like oil, all these complex things. So when sports books legalized, a lot of people were interested in it. And I didn't have a lot of money, I just started my career, but I thought these sign-up bonuses were super attractive. People at work were doing them. All these sports books are commodity businesses, so they're competing for new customers. So all of these books were offering deposit matches, risk-free bets, things like that. So I talked to a lot of my colleagues, kids my age who worked at, Susquehanna, and we kind of started to piece together how to take advantage of these initial sign-up offers. So that's the reason I signed up for FanDuel and DraftKings. It's not like I wanted to get home from work and bet on the Lakers. I wanted to make money.